You're sitting in a discussion that feels unresolved. No one has said yes. No one has said no. The conversation drifts, circles, then slows. And without noticing when it happened, you decide it's basically settled. That assumption feels harmless. It's also the moment the outcome hardens. Because discussions don't lock when someone agrees. They lock when someone stops resisting. Think about a team call that runs long. Opinions are aired, concerns raised, nothing concluded. Toward the end, the energy drops. People repeat themselves less forcefully. Someone says, "Let's revisit this later," and the call ends. You leave thinking the decision is still open. But the next week, plans move forward as if it were decided, not because consensus was reached, but because friction disappeared. Or take a personal argument that never quite becomes an argument. A disagreement surfaces, tension rises, then both sides soften. Voices lower. The subject changes. You assume it's been diffused. Days later, you realize nothing was resolved. One version of events simply carried on unchallenged, and yours quietly expired. The mistake is subtle. We assume silence is neutrality. We assume unresolved means reversible. But silence in a discussion is rarely empty. It's often a signal that the cost of pushing further now outweighs the benefit of changing direction. This shows up clearly in negotiations that feel still in progress. Numbers are exchanged, objections raised, counterpoints offered. Then the objections stop, not because they've been answered, but because they've been noted. The other side doesn't argue. They let you speak, they let you explain, they let you fill the space. You walk away thinking the door is still open, unaware that the frame has already closed. What's actually happening is that discussions run on energy, not logic. While people are actively pushing, the outcome is fluid. Once that push fades, even briefly, the conversation starts to set. Like cooling metal, shape becomes structure. We trust discussions because they feel dynamic. We believe that as long as words are being exchanged, nothing is final. But outcomes don't wait for formal agreement. They wait for exhaustion. They wait for the moment when challenging the direction feels socially heavier than letting it continue. That's why the most decisive moment in many discussions isn't a vote, a signature, or a clear statement. It's the moment you stop hearing resistance and interpret that quiet as safety. By the time you realize what happened, the language has shifted. People refer to plans as if they were always decided. Timelines appear. Assumptions harden into expectations. And objecting now feels like reopening something that everyone else believes is already closed. The uncomfortable part is that this lock-in doesn't come from manipulation or force. It comes from your own sense of fairness, your willingness to let a conversation breathe, your confidence that nothing counts until it's explicit. The outcome wasn't locked by what was said. It was locked by what you assumed silence meant. And the trait you trust most in yourself, the belief that open discussions stay open, is often the very thing that lets them close without you noticing.